which says porterhouse. Yeah, they had a
Well,
sale on porterhouses
Yeah,
a
porterhouse is nice steak.
couple months ago, and I did get a few of those. And my mother likes porterhouses.
well, really,
I think it's like
porterhouse is just a T-bone where the fillet side is bit larger.
Gotcha. So it's that same area of the down here. Lori says, "I have
porterhouse.
the best."
The fat on the porterhouse though is more on the outside of the steak, kind of like a rump steak. I like the in grains that are like chuck steak is really good for that. Like it just runs through the grain like really good adipose tissue. Kind of
Yeah,
like a wagyu.
I was
Says,
at
oh,
yeah I
wait.
was at Aldi yesterday. Aldi has some really good chuck steaks.
Yeah, I may have to try that. Worst case scenario is, I could pressure cook them if they don't turn out right there. Lori says, I had the best steak on Mother's Day. I clearly need to up my cooking skills. Okay, so I guess you're saying you did not make it. I got you. Let's
Well,
see here.
the best thing about carnivore is you do learn to cook. You do learn. I mean, because pretty much you're not just eating out of boxes and bags and just chucking something in the microwave.
Yes, that is true. Jeff says,
I do a lot less cooking now. Actually, I've always cooked meals and stuff, but I do a lot less cooking now. Now I can, I have an omelet with about 7 to 10 eggs, once a day, and I have a steak in the afternoon. Like 10 minutes, I'm done. So much less cooking now.
yes, Jiffy says, I've moved to Picanha since Russ became a fan. I absolutely love it, and I'm digging all the fat cap. Shout out to Lady Picanha, Christy from Meeting Wellness. I call her Lady Picanha. That is my buddy. She's the one who really. I heard her on the stream say it was her favorite, even over ribeye, and I said, how dare you defile our king ribeye? I will have no parts of that. And so then I got into a little bit. And I'm like, man, not as good as ribeye, but much cheaper and definitely. And of course, when you go to the Brazilian steakhouses, you get a lot of that. Uh, but yes, I definitely enjoy it. And I don't, man, I can't handle all the fat quite yet, man. You guys are superheroes with your fat intake.
Yeah,
Uh,
fat adaptation takes time. Like it, and like even when you do become first become fat adapted, like increasing the fat intake, that still takes more adaptation, takes time.
yeah, I'm sure there's also like a genetic component to it, or just everybody's different
Oh
in
yeah.
some way to that degree. And I don't think I don't know that I'll ever. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I can eat a moderate amount. I can eat more than most people. I think certainly standard American diet folks. But man, that fat cap on that picanha is so thick, man. I mean, it's
Yeah.
almost as thick as the as the meat. It's like,
You know what
so,
you can do, Russ? You can take the fat cap off, and you can
yeah.
throw it in the air fryer, crisp it up, and you might like it better that way.
Well, I don't. It's not that I don't like it. I
Oh,
like it. It's just that I can't eat but too much of it, or I turn into a nuclear reactor. So,
okay.
you know what I
I
mean?
think
Yeah,
the
that's a
other
different story.
the other reason that's happening though too is because you pretty much when it's heated up, it's already partly digested. Pretty much, it's like fermenting it. It just goes straight through you. If you ate it
Yeah.
cold, it's solid. It would take more time to digest, and it wouldn't go straight through you. So
Yeah. Listen,
if you
I
don't like it,
that's
if
good.
you don't like it raw, what I sometimes do, like with bone marrow, for example, I'll cook the bones, but I'll let it settle and cool, and so I eat it solid because I like the texture better.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely. It's doesn't have to be like piping hot, but it's the same with oxtails. It's the same with brisket. It's the same with any meat that has just a really, really thick, fatty thing. I can take a little bit, a moderate amount, but then you get to a point where like I
Yeah,
said, I said on Bob's show, I can eat it. I just can't leave the house. You
yeah,
know, so
yeah.
it's
Well,
I
everyone's
got
like
somewhere
that.
to go.
You get to the
Yeah,
point where it just goes straight through you. So, it's all,
yeah,
you just got to play around with it, find out what works for
yeah,
you.
yeah. It used to be worse. I used to have that problem with hot dogs and stuff. Years ago, like if I ate too many, you know, hot dogs and stuff like that. I would have that didn't have. I can eat a whole pack of hot dogs now. It doesn't bother me at all. But it's just the really thick fat caps. And shout out to Dr. Nelson because I used to cut about half of the fat cap off of the picanha um, when I made it. And I know that's blasphemy, but hey, like I said, I have to live here, people. I can't, it's like I
Yeah.
have to live my life. And
Do you
Dr.
save
Nelson
it
was
though?
like, no, I just can't eat that much of it. I've never, I just, but listen, half of the fat on a picanha is a lot of fat for, the uninitiated. I mean, like for an average person. Um, Not for us, but for an average person, it is.
You
But
can cook it down, make tallow.
Dr. Nelson was like, no, don't. He's like, just cut it off after you cook it if you can't take it. Just let it, when you make it, keep all the fat on, and get the flavor and all that stuff. And then just eat what you can and, the rest, do whatever. So I started doing that now. So now when I make picanha, I don't, I keep the fat, all the big, thick fat cap on there until after I cook it. And then I eat as much as I kind of know where my limit is. And then I do it that way. Lambs, good to see you. Says wow, full house all day. Howdy to everybody. Crank, my man Cranky's in the building. Good to see you, brother. Oh, Bob is checking out on us already. He has seen enough. Appreciate you popping in, saying hey. Orbital Hub says beef, bone broth, jello. There you
That's
go.
cool.
Okay, says if we got anybody else. Sandy says she just got a few porterhouses there. Sounds like fun. I fried up a bunch of ground beef yesterday. I probably got enough ground beef in there to last me the rest of the week. So
Oh, that's good.
that's what I'll be doing most of the rest of the week here. See if we missed anybody else. Bill Cook is in the room there. Good to see you, Bill. Glad you're here. Lauren says, I thought my cooking steaks, I thought I was cooking my steaks okay, but the chef at the restaurant knows his stuff. Now, let me ask you this, Lori. Do you do a dry brine? Or do you do any kind of anything? Do you cook at room temperature? Those are things that took my steak making to the next level. Is I don't cook cold meat. I take it out and let it sit out a little bit. And then also the dry brine. If you have not done the dry brine, that will definitely take it to another level.
Yeah, I never cook. I always cook thawed steak. Never let it, too cold or anything, like room temperature. It works better. I don't exactly dry brine, but I always salt it before I cook it.
Yeah, I dry brine. People do different ways. 4 hours, to me, in my opinion, is best bang for the buck. People do 12 hours, 24 hours. I do all kind of stuff, but I didn't really personally notice that enough. I didn't notice enough difference to make it worth it. If I take it out, I'll take it out of the fridge and I'll brine it and let it sit out there. And 4 hours later, it's right about room temperature and it's beautiful, dark red where the brine is kind of taking effect. And I oil it up and cook it. And it turns out great for me.
Yeah.
12 hours or 24 hours. If I got to prep something for the next day, that's where me and Dave are kind of alike.
The best way I've had it is actually I'll rub salt in it for about 24 hours before I cook it, and then barbecue it. Yeah, that's perfect. That's great. And then while you're eating it, it's just a very minimal cook, so it's very rare, so it's still nice and juicy. But then just dip it in raw egg. Perfect.
Hold on. Juliette Marie says, traveling and living out of a hotel, mistake so much. I bit the bullet, went to the store, bought a grass-fed ribeye, heated Amish butter 30 seconds, and poured over the raw steak. Best ever. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I love it. Not ready for raw meat here. Me and the Dr. Kills tried to get me to do that. I said, sorry, brother. Not there yet.
I'm not doing raw, but I have been doing much more rare. In the center was like seared on the outside in my cast iron. I seared both sides, but the middle is, I would say rare to medium rare, like definitely more red. And I got to tell you, the more I do, I've been cooking less and less, more and more rare. And it is better. I think it's better that way.
Well, you get more, the amino acids in steak will decrease like potency the more you cook it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not to say like you can't have a well done steak. Like it's still healthy, it's still good for you, and everything like that. But things like taurine, for example, it's much more taurine in a steak the less you cook it. So raw is perfect, but rare is good too. The electrolytes, like the electrolytes that come in the meat are going to be much higher in like the rarer it is. So.
Yes, my beloved sister Laura Russell is here. Good to see you, sis.
Hey, Laura, how you doing?
Glad you're here, beloved. I'm medium. Anything from medium rare to medium well is fine with me. I prefer it medium rare, but when you go out places, or even with me, because I'm not really that. I'm not that precise. But it's hard sometimes in some places to get a medium rare. It's like it's either or to get a medium, I should say. It's either medium rare or medium well. It's hard, especially if you buy a steak with a bone in. It seems like they can never. If you get a bone in ribeye, it seems like for me they can never get it to medium. It's either medium rare or medium well. So I'm not that picky, but I like it medium. But I'm perfectly happy to eat it medium rare. Rare and that blue rare, man, it's just a little. Maybe I'll get there one day, but it's a little.
Well, it's getting used to, and the texture gets. I think even like rare. I think a lot of people have a trouble with is the texture more than the blood in that. I think it's the texture that's.
Yes, you're right, Dave. You're exactly right, Dave.
And because I think if you tried it raw, it's actually the texture is actually closer to like well done, because it's not the heat going through it is what gives it that really soft sort of texture, like juicy sort of texture. So
yeah. Rosie Red says, Russ, how do you brine? You get rock salt. I use Morton's Kosher. There's other brands. I think Diamond makes some. You don't want to use table salt or any of that. You want to use a kosher, like a rock salt, and you take the meat out and you hit it with a fair amount. It's like you don't cover it. I don't, but on both sides, and then you let it sit there for a minimum of 4 hours, I would say. If you can go longer if you want. Some people put it back in the fridge when they do it. I don't. I leave it out. Some people say, well, I have cats or whatever. We'll put it in the oven or whatever. And if I think it's better when you leave it out. You got to get down to room temperature. And then if you come back 4 hours later, you will see no salt. It will be absorbed into the meat. It tenderizes and seasons the meat. And the meat will turn a dark, dark red. And some people rinse it. I don't. I just oil it up. And if you want to put other seasonings on, you certainly can, but no more salt. If you like pepper or different herbs or things like that, people are different, garlic powder, whatever. But oil it up and cook it however you want to. Cast iron skillet, grill, air fryer, whatever you like. And you will not be disappointed. And you can go longer. Some people say it's better to go 12 hours, whatever. I didn't notice that. 12 is the longest I've ever done it. I know people have done 24 hours, but it was so little difference. It wasn't worth waiting until the next day to eat. Not to me.
Yeah, I agree, Russ. I think you're right too. Like at room temperature, the salt soaks into the meat much better. Like in the fridge, it takes longer to dissolve into the meat. So I think that's why it sort of takes longer in the fridge, you know. But a few hours out on the bench, make sure that you got covered so no flies or anything like that get to it. Just rub. I rub the salt into it. Mine's a pink river salt that's made here in Australia. It's hand harvested flakes, like red salt flakes. They're full of minerals. Really, really good. And just rub that in. Once the salt's gone, it's ready to cook. It's already soaked into the meat. And do it on the barbecue. I use a stainless steel fry pan, but like heavy on the tallow to cook in, or the barbecue. The barbecue is fantastic flavor. So
Cranky says, on this I tell you true, the best steak is black and blue. And Rick, do you make heart attack steak? Do you drop your steaks in lard, or what do you do?
I have done that. Usually I do that with duck. Steak is usually pretty good on its own, but I do make heart attack duck. You can either slow cook it in tallow or deep fry it like I did with this heart attack chicken. Really good. Crunchy.
Yes, Laura says blue rare is my favorite. Laura says medium rare. Yep, medium rare, medium. I'm not that picky as mine. Says Jiffy says me too. Love that. Let's see here.
I like the flame grill barbecue to do. Like you get a nice sort of sear on both sides and a blue rare in the middle. Perfect.
Yes. Bill says he loves country music. I love country music too. Zach Brown Band, Rascal Flatts, two of my favorite groups. I've seen both live in concert. Fantastic shows. If you enjoyed that. Now,
I don't like country.
What kind of you just like duck? You just like to hear ducks quacking? Is that?
I'm more into big band 1940s than I am into country.
Oh, little Duke Ellington there, little Cab Calloway.
Yep. There you go.
I got you.
You know Cab Calloway.
Yeah, I love Cab Calloway. Yeah.
Glenn Miller, Artie Shaw.
Yeah, Artie Shaw, Glenn Miller. Yeah.
There you go. Says Cranky says 14 to 45 day dry aged steak is worth the wait. Yeah. There. It says I'm going to try the dry brown and room temp thing. Thanks, Russ. And actually, to me, either one elevates you. I started cooking at room temperature before I even knew what a dry brine was, and it definitely I just let it sit out to room temperature, then I just seasoned it up like I always did, and it was a significant improvement. And then the dry brine just, to my liking, took it up to another level. Let's see here. Comments. Cranky says I like both guys, country and western. Yep.
Fair enough.
I'm a country kid from Ohio. Nor says I like classic country, but not up on today's country much. It's funny. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine about a year or two ago, and today's old country music is more like, I guess they call it bluegrass now almost, but new country has kind of slid into, in my opinion, what R&B was maybe 10 or 15 years ago. If you listen to the instrumental and the musicality of the music, they're still talking about tractors and trucks, but the instrumentation is different, and it's much more of an R&B kind of a feel, in my opinion, because there's not really any more R&B. R&B is converted to hip hop, which it's a generational thing, of course. It's all wild and disgusting to me.
I love bluegrass.
But all that picking and going. Listen, you probably got a banjo in there somewhere, don't you, Rick? You got a banjo in this?
I got a banjo. What was the guy that was on Hee Haw? What was the one that was picking and grinning? That was Buck Owens.
Yes, that's right. Yes,
Buck Owens.
It was in gloom, despair, and agony. Oh me.
I got
These
some.
I like the
is-
sound of the banjo, actually. The banjo, and yeah, I like the old steel guitar as well. They're
Mhm.
really cool.
Yeah, those are things you don't hear as much in the new country music. It's like it's slid over into more of the R&B vein. It seems like the new.
Lester Flats and Earl Scruggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I miss funk music. There you go, Carver Keith, a little Parliament,
He's a
Funkadelic.
musician himself.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Rick,
don't mind funk either. Funk's pretty cool.
I grew up in Ohio, man. You know, right there in Dayton, you had Roger Troutman and the Ohio Players, and you had Midnight Star. Man, there were a lot of great groups that came out of that Dayton era. And yeah. Rosie says, I have my sirloin out and I will dry brine it tomorrow. Look at that. Well, there you go. And Rosie, I expect you back here next week with a full report. Of how it went for you. Nobody has complained. Shout out to my man Hoosier Carnivore. He's out there somewhere in these YouTube streets. He had never done it before, tried it, and enjoyed it thoroughly. Julia says, before Russ brought up music, I was thinking he had a great radio voice for smooth jazz. Very soothing and relaxed.
He does.
Yes. So welcome to the Keto Cookout, everyone.
Rick, you might like that. You remember the Santos brothers? Santo and Johnny.
Oh,
Santo
yeah.
and Johnny.
I remember that.
That's it. Yeah, they were really good. I really like that.
Love R&B from the 70s. All right, Lori, I love that. Give me a group. If I know a song, I will sing. I've been known to carry a tune on here every now and again. So if you give me a 70s R&B song, I probably will know that.
How about some Lionel Richie?
Lionel Richie, sail on down the line about a half a mile or so. How about
Hello?
what? Hold on a second. What's the? It's on the tip of my tongue. I know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain.
That one's not bad.
Because I'm leaving you tomorrow. Because I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah. Yes, that's Lionel Richie. Because I'm easy. Yeah. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yes, love Lionel Richie. Let's see here. I made you myself, Rick, but I love Doc Watson. Merle Fest is the best.
Yeah, Bill Withers is another guy I like, actually. I like Bill Withers. He was good.
Oh, come on. Everybody knows Bill Withers. I see the crystal raindrops fall on the window down the hall. I don't know the words. I know the songs. I don't know the words. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us, you and I.
Lovely Day was a good one. And Ain't No Sunshine when she's gone.
Yes, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she
goes away.
Good music back then, but now it's all
yeah,
about.
man, that's when R&B music was R&B.
Yeah.
You
but
know,
now R&B is more about bitches, cars, and money.
Yeah, yeah, it's hip hop. It's not really R&B like it used to be.
No.
That was Warren's Eve on Lawyers, Guns, and Money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chattanooga.
Oh, it's here. Good to see you, brother. Let's see here.
As long as you don't sing Tiny Tim.
Tiptoe to the lips.
I don't have a ukulele.
With me.
I'm having a hard time not preparing my ribeye right now and staying up late.
I gotta break out the ukulele.
Hey Rick, if we put a big wig on Rick, He could look a little like Tiny Tim.
Yeah, there you go, Keith. She's a brick house.
He's mighty.
The whole thing out. She's a brick house. Now, that's the Commodores, I think, but that's.
I would think of it more like Barry White.
Oh, Barry White. Yeah, that's my voice isn't low enough for that.
Yeah.
Barry
White.
Yeah. See here. Bill says, made my own hamburger beef liver mix. Can't seem to get my wife or grandson to try it. I like old country. Yeah, I wasn't when I was a kid. I went into it. My idea of old country is Garth Brooks. So I don't think that's that old. I wasn't really like Hank Williams. I think is probably older, but I wasn't into Hank Williams.
George Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a little bit before my time.
Loretta Lynn.
Glenn Campbell.
Was she the coal miner's daughter?
That's the one.
There you go. I remember that song. Dolly Parton too. I guess she would be old time country if you.
Yeah. I can't stand Dolly Parton.
I used to see him on the Ed Sullivan Show.
How about Glenn Campbell?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
he was good. Yeah.
Bill says, "Keep your day job, Russ." Yes, I listen. I have no problem doing that, sir. But Sandy says I can listen to Russ all night. So there you go. In your face, Bill. In your face.
Likewise, I didn't mind. Was it Wild Cherry? That was pretty good.
That's right. So you're
music, white boy.
Oh, we were dancing and singing and swaying to the music and just went. I don't know the words to these songs. It's to play that funky music, white boy. Yes, yeah. I know enough of the words to just get to the hook, and that's about it. So, Convert teacher, dang, what's your good? See, in your face again, Bill. I got fans, Bill. Oh, they said, when and where are you in concert, Russ? But you don't need a ticket, beloved. I've gotten away from it, but there was a time when people would put a song in the chat and I would sing it, but people, not a lot of folks do that. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia.
Yeah, Kenny Rogers, John Denver, they were good.
That's what I said. I gave him a little John Vendor. Kenny Rod, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. That was him.
That long-haired hippie one, the Country Road, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was John Denver. And Rocky Mountain High was another. Oh, B.B. King, the blues.
Yeah, B.B. King was good.
I don't know a lot of blues, but see, you don't need to know a lot of blues. You don't really need to know a lot of blues because all blues songs are basically the same. It's like you can make it up on the fly. You get dum, 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 dum. I'm doing keto. Dum, 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 dum. I'm feeling good. Dum, 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 dum. I'm doing keto because I know exercise that I should. I'm doing keto, y'all. I'm doing keto every day. And if you want to lose weight and feel great, keto's the only way. You can do keto all the time, or do blues anytime. I'm doing keto. I'm feeling nice. I don't eat beans, and I damn sure don't eat rice. I'm doing keto. That's easy. Blues is easy. I think anybody on earth can write a blues song.
It's easy to play too. It's you just sort of jam and make it up as you go.
Exactly. If you know one blues song, you know them all.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
They're usually pretty slow, so easy to keep up.
Oh, the Temptations there. That's going back. That's some old school R&B. I got sunshine on a cloudy day. And when it's cold outside, I got the month of May.
Yeah, this is now Russ's jukebox section.
Listen, hey, I've been known to carry a tune there.
How about
Singing like
Smokey Robinson?
Tears of a Clown. Dun, 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 when there's no one around. Or baby, let's cruise away from here. Yeah, yeah. Don't be confused. The way it's clear. That's some old some Smokey. Yes, singing is like breathing. The what?
Rick's disappeared. Oh, here he comes.
Yeah, Rick doesn't want to hear me sing. He wants to kill a
Gotta
duck.
make sure my house doesn't burn down. Well, I'm having my heart attack.
There you go. He says Billy Joel. Billy Joel is fantastic. She's got a way about her. Oh, I don't know what it is. But I know that
he still has a great singing voice, even today. He's got a great voice.
Yeah.
Got a good range.
I wrote a parody. I wrote a song parody. Do you guys know who Ketogenic Woman is?
Anita?
No.
Yes. I wrote a song parody, but I have not put it out. She's got a way of cooking. Oh, I don't know what it is, but I have to watch. I can't stop looking. She's got a way of making everything we love with butter, eggs, beef, and bacon every day. Yeah.
Well,
Yep. Shout out to Anita. I love Anita. She's the best. One day I'll make that parody and send it to her.
you should.
Let's see.
Have more of that heart attack chicken, Rick.
It's delicious.
Now
It sounds crunchy, Rick.
Very crunchy.
It's cooked in pure lard.
It's crunchy.
Oh, it's crunchy and it's tasty. It's not like that crappy chicken breast that my dad used to make in the George Foreman grill. You could use that for shoe leather.
Yeah. Chicken breast, like no skin, chicken breast. It's like boot leather.
Exactly. And the thing is, they always threw the skin away. I'm like, why would you throw the best part away?
Yeah.
I love dark meat.
Yeah,
especially parking lot chicken. That's the best.
Mm.
Yeah, wild caught. It's always the best.
Wild caught, flavorful, delicious.
I bet it's nice and gamey.
Yeah.
Rick likes it real gamey, where it's got a bit of a stench.
I like it fresh from the parking lot or the canal.
Sometimes it's got a little motor oil on it. He just wipes that clean. Sometimes those chickens are playing, in a puddle of, there's an old pickup truck and they're underneath, waddling around in that motor, in that Castrol 10W40. He said, that's okay. That's okay.
It's just a bit more cooking oil.
Yeah.
The thing is, the chickens, they're all gone now. They just sort of disappeared.
Just sort of disappeared, yeah.
Yeah, they got to start breeding again.
Well, Rick, you never give them a chance.
Well, they're too tasty.
Same with the iguanas. You kill them.
I don't blame you, Rick.
You kill the iguanas before they can multiply.
That's the problem. Now all I got is little tiny ones.
Yeah, you got to let them grow up, Rick, and lay eggs.
Well, they will.
You gotta be patient.
I mean, I don't eat them when they're small.
See, Rick's the perfect example as to why we started farming.
Yeah.
We ran out of animals to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Juliet Marie says, loving this between Rick eating and Russ singing, I'm thoroughly entertained. Well, that's what we're here for. That is what we're here for, beloved. We are here to entertain. There are lots of places that you can go to get information and to get, all kinds of ones like Dave, smart people like Dave, they can tell you all about your metabolic system and all that stuff. But we're just a couple of clowns here. We like to have fun. And
hey, Rick,
Rick,
I'll tell you where there's tons of gigantic, huge, wild iguanas. Now, on the campus of FAU in Boca, there's these lakes. There's these kind of man-made lakes out there on campus. And man, there are more iguanas, gigantic iguanas.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rick showed up there, started hunting those iguanas, all the vegans out on the campus. Was
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they probably pay him to get rid of these iguanas. I'm serious.
Really?
Well, we have now come to the part of the program. Some folks wanted to see the Reverend, so we'll give you a little bit of the Reverend there. If you think that the ketogenic people all over the world, I have to figure all this out here. I'm not the best with all this technology. Yes. Greetings.
I gotta get going, actually, Russ. I'll see you later.
All over the world. Family, it's your Reverend I.B. Low Carbon here today with a special message and an inspirational message for all the ketogenic family around the world. But today, family, it's not just any day. It's a wonderful day. It's a special day because today is the birthday of our dearly beloved deacon, brother semi-retired Bob, family, and we want to wish him a special and happy birthday. And just as this is no ordinary birthday and no ordinary day, our brother Deacon semi-retired Bob is no ordinary deacon. He is a special deacon, a beloved deacon, a deacon with a story that only a ketogenic living can tell. Family, our brother Bob, who hails from the great state of Ohio. If you know me, you know I have a soft spot in my heart for all our beloved Buckeye beef eaters. And family, this Buckeye beef eater hails from the Ohio, but traversed and matriculated his way to the mean streets of Omaha, Nebraska. And family, he has been there for some time working as he travels the mean streets of Omaha, Nebraska, seeking out sugar-sick souls that he can save and bring into our wonderful way of ketogenic living. And family, this deacon, boy, he was struck down with heart ailments and struck down with obesity. But family, as we know, just when you think you can't make it another day, come on, somebody, just when you think there's no answer, no way out, here comes keto. Yes, sir. Ketogenic living has saved our brother, dear beloved semi-retired Bob, and now he's living his best life out, walking, out seeking out sugar-sick souls, telling them of the power of protein, telling them that he's fueled by fat. Come on, somebody. Telling them they have no fear of cholesterol, no fear of diabetes, no fear of these things if they get on the path to ketogenic living. And I'm here to tell you today, this ketogenic meaty warrior is out in these streets telling folks that frosted flakes aren't great. He's telling folks to put them biscuits down and get some beef that's ground. Come on, I wish I had a witness today. He's telling them that they don't need to be eating fruits and vegetables full of fiber, weighing down their guts and fogging their minds. What they need is fat and protein. What they need is fatty meats and eggs with the yolks. That's what we're feeding all the folks. Come on, somebody. I wish I had a witness today. And as we travel through this sugar-sick world with this demon filling our minds with lies and telling us things like Snickers satisfies. Oh, there's no satisfaction in a Snickers bar. He's telling us lies like Frosted Flakes are great. Yes, Frosted Flakes are great if you want to gain a lot of weight. He's telling us that we need shredded mini wheats and all this ridiculous stuff. And we tell him, we spit it out. We don't want it. We don't need it. We don't buy it because we don't eat it. Come on, somebody. I wish I had a witness in this place. We don't waste our time with silly potions and juices. We eat meat, lots of meat, fatty meat, eggs with the yolks. That's what we're feeding all the folks. And I want you to understand this thing, family. I want you to understand what a sugar-sick world this is. People are trapped in pancake prisons. They're down in donut dungeons, and they think they have no way out. But we have the answer to diabetes and cancer. We have the way to get healthy today. Come on, somebody. Join me today and get on the keto way. Yes, our beloved ketogenic living. And our brother Bob has taken it all the way to the top of the ketogenic away with carnivore diet. Yes, sir. He eats meat. He doesn't fool around with ridiculousness and craziness that we hear about all the superfoods and things of that nature. He knows that superfood is ground beef. Superfoods is eggs. Superfoods is meat. He doesn't need jam and jelly. He's got pork belly. Deacon Bob knows and understands that he doesn't need oatmeal. Oatmeal's not heart healthy. He doesn't need Cheerios. He doesn't need no Lucky Charms. He doesn't need any of that foolishness. He understands how we get nourishment and strength. He has lived the life. He has seen it. And his ketones are high, even though his self-esteem might be low. Family, I'm here to tell you today that ketogenic living is the only answer. I need you to understand me. These sugar demons out here are working to keep you sugar sick, looking to poison you with their processed foods and all the junk they want you to eat, putting it in boxes and stacking it on shelves and telling you need it. Family, it might be delicious, but it's not nutritious. And if you want diabetes, eat Frosted Flakes and Wheaties. I'm telling you today, family, this message is for everyone in the world. If you're out there today and you're on medications, if you feel like there's no way out, I beseech you, my brothers, in the name of ketosis, to join us on this ketogenic life. Join us on this ketogenic path to better health and better wellness. And I want you to join with me in wishing our dear beloved brother Deacon Bob a happy birthday, and join with us as we continue on with this fight to save the sugar sick souls. We must tell the world everywhere that keto saves, and OHIO. Amen and amen. Oh, there you. Oh, hold on a second here.
Wank, wank.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, that Reverend, he is a moron, isn't he? Hey, we lost Tom, and we lost our guy Papa too.
Yeah.
I guess he was...
Everybody falls asleep in church.
Now that was a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
For those who are not
That
familiar,
was gold, Russ. That was very good.
well, for those not familiar with the Reverend, there's several Reverend clips out there on my channel. I don't know how many things I've done. I did one for Dr. Barry, the Prophet Barry. I did one for Chafee, the Prophet Chafee, the Prophet Hampton. I can't remember. I did one for Jeff the Prosperous.
I remember that one.
Prosperous. Yeah. So,
I like
See,
that.
if you're
Didn't Gary go to visit his family this week?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. Maybe he did, but yeah, that one from Jeff was something else that was hard to do.
Mhm.
But there's a story behind it, and I tell the story at the beginning of the video. So if you want to go to my channel, look back through the archives there and find the Reverend. The one from Jeff was my most recent one. I think that was just there, and I tell the story about how Jeff really inspired me and all that. And yeah, so yeah, you know me, man, anything to get a laugh, but it's more important. The message is important as well.
I wish more people would see the video you made with me.
Oh, out there at the steakhouse.
Yep, at the Rodizio Steakhouse.
Yes, and I'm glad you guys like it. And we, when the spirit hits me, the Reverend comes out. So it's just one of those things, man. But anything I can do to get a smile, I like to make people laugh and smile, man. That's what it's all about here on the Keto Cookout.
I need to make more mad scientist videos. I just can't find my lab coat.
Yeah, man. Just come up with a character, man, and just
Yeah, I had one before, the mad scientist. Hair was all messed up, lab coat,
gotcha.
stuff blowing up all over the place.
That'd be good.
I don't think I can fall asleep in that church. I'll tell you a funny story. I haven't seen JT while JT Puckle.
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know. I hope he's all right wherever he is. Shout out to him. But one time we were on a live stream. I was on a live stream with him, and I had a line. The Reverend had a line. Put down that biscuit and pick up some brisket or something like that. And we were on the stream. He goes, man, I heard something. This is no joke. He's like, oh, man, I heard something the other day. It was hilarious. It said, lay down that biscuit and pick up some brisket. And he's like, isn't that hilarious? And I was there. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? He's like, what do you mean? That's not funny. I said, of course it's funny. I wrote it. He's like, what? I said, that's a line from the Reverend I.B. Low Carbon. It's a verbatim. He goes, oh, that was you. Like, yeah. I said, he didn't recognize me with the robe on, I guess. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, man. But yeah. Yes, my sister, my beloved sister, Laura, loves the Reverend, and she's been saying, hey, when's the Reverend coming back? So it just kind of came together kind of quick, because when Bob's like, hey, you want to come on the stream for my birthday? And I thought about it, and I literally did that like 2 hours before the stream. It just like hit me. It's like, hey, you could do something for Bob for his birthday. So we did that, and he played on it. There, it was cool. So
I'm surprised that Bob invited me. I brought his stream down.
what are you talking about, man? You don't bring anything down. You're a YouTube gold, man.
You notice only a few people invite me on. All the popular channels, they run away from me. They think I'm going to come out with an iguana or duck, and I'm going to cut its head off, and I'm going to ruin their channel.
Well, but here's the thing. I can't speak for everybody, but I tell you, and I've told this story before, the only reason I have a channel is because nobody would put me on their channels. I'm dead serious. I'm not going to mention any names, but several people, many of whom I'm great friends with now, and have been on their channel many a times, would not put me on because, and I get it, especially at that time. Even like this format with like a bunch of people on the stream. When I first started in the family here in this community, nobody was doing that. We had the keto cookout. It's been almost 2 years ago now, I think, with me and Adam Lacey and all of that. And I don't know anybody that was doing that. There was maybe just one, two crazy ketos, but they're husband and wife. But, just bringing on 3 or 4 people and rolling in guests and just having fun in that. There was nobody doing that. Yeah, I don't know anybody. And that's what I wanted to do. I like to have fun. But what I'm saying is a lot of people, they're very serious. And I understand that. And we need that. I'm not criticizing that.
Not me.
I have gotten scrutiny about not taking this serious or not being serious and all this kind of stuff. And when people have their channels, they want to, be real serious and hardcore and, autophagy and, all this stuff, Listen, I can't out-doctor these doctors or out-science these scientists. Why in the heck would anybody want to listen to me talk about anything scientific? Are you kidding me? It's crazy. There's 100 channels that you can go to if you want to see a scientist or a doctor. But if you just want to hang out with the family, be silly, have some fun, not think about anything, not learn anything, we've got the perfect spot right here, Tuesday nights at 8:30. And
Quack.
Yes,
the Quack.
We have wonderful, smart people on here. Dave comes on regularly. Dr. Nelson comes on regularly. My sister Laura's on here every other week. They're so smart. They know so much, and I love that. Yes, but man, sometimes, man, you got to bring on the clowns.
Well, that's why you always bring me back.
Yes, listen, man. We're a couple of knuckleheads, man. And, like I said, that's what I'm here to do, man.
Well, you're right, Russ. If people want to listen to the science, they'll go to people like Bart Kay or Chafee or someone like that, And they're big channels too, so they get the message out much better than we could. So.
But really,
and you want a channel where we can communicate together. It's like I can't come on Bart Case channel and sing goofy keto songs and do keto karaoke. I mean, where you
Actually,
can
Bart might mind that. Actually, Bart might like that. Actually,
yeah, it's like I got all kind of goofy keto songs and stuff that I've written. I just do them on the fly. We were on the live stream a long time ago with me and Adam and I did the show, and somebody said something about chicken wings, and I was like, oh, chicken wings, don't you know they're my favorite thing? And it's just like people were like, oh, that's great. You think I could do that on a live stream with Dr. Barry or some of those guys? No, it's just, there's a time and place, for that stuff. When I'm on there, now don't get me wrong, Chafee will tell you, I come on his stream and cut up sometimes. I get in the Zooms. Mm-hmm. And like he'll see me and I'll just start smiling and he'll just start shaking his head.
Really, if you think about it, who are the most hardcore carnivores you know?
You.
Me. Yeah. And I'm not serious.
Nah. Yeah, but a lot of people, and listen, I get it, man. For a lot of people, this is life and death. For a lot of people that have had serious diseases, I understand. So that's why I'm not criticizing it, but at all, man, we need those places, but we also need a place where we can just hang out and have fun.
You have to have a sense of humor, though, too, Russ. Yeah. I mean, like you said, for some of us, it is life and death. For myself included, it is very much life and death, situation. It's not something that you take lightly, but you still got to have a sense of humor as well. You still got to have a bit of a laugh.
Never forget, humor is medicine too. It's very important. Right. You want to get that cortisol down, you start laughing. You act like me. I got all kinds of problems. My house is falling apart. I have to ride a bike when my vehicle's broken. If I looked at all the problems I had, everything falling apart, all the things I have to do, I go crazy. But I just take my time. Somebody has a problem, I tell them, calm down. We'll figure it out. There's no hurry. They're running around in circles like a chicken without its head. Like, it's not going to do you any good. I mean, you put the fire out, you fix the problem. But to them, it's like the end of the world. They get a flat tire and the entire world breaks down. I said, look, you get used to these things. If I don't have money for food, I'll head to the canal with a net and some duck food, and I'll have something to eat. So don't worry. But, they just take things way too seriously. They stress themselves out. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. They're like that idiot guy, Brian Johnson or whatever, that spends all the money on supplements and vegan crap. He thinks he's going to live forever, and he doesn't look that great. I mean, he's 40-something? Shoot, even a total disaster like me looks better than him. So it's like, what's the point? And the people I know, they just get the vegans. They get so serious. Like, take it easy. Have fun. Your time's going to run out sooner or later. You want to spend the rest of your life being super serious and just, you may not live forever, but it's going to feel like it because your life is crap. But when you enjoy, it's like when you go somewhere you don't want to be, time goes so slowly. Like I said, in church, you fall asleep. You go to one of these lectures in school and they're boring and you're like, oh, you look at the clock. But when you're having fun, it just goes along. And I really do think that an important part of this lifestyle is not to be serious. Have fun, keep your stress down, make friends, find people you can trust. And I think that's the best thing that we can do. Yeah. Because sooner or later.
And I can't speak for everybody. I speak for me on this. Man, I need the community. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's, I look forward to Tuesday nights. I do this. Hey, I do this for me. I really don't do it for you guys. I mean, because, like I say, I've always been very transparent, very open about everything. And listen, I struggle, from time to time and man, I look forward to Tuesdays to come in here and kind of charge my batteries up and, just laugh and joke with my friends and just anything I can do to just, make people smile, laugh, singing songs, telling jokes, doing the characters. Man, it's therapeutic for me to do this stuff. It helps keep me, bring me, back to, where I need to be. So, we need places like that. But trust me when I tell you, and Adam will tell you too, when we were doing the show, people would send him nasty emails about it. Why are you on with that guy? All he does is crack jokes and, he's not serious and he this, and I'm like, he would show me these things. I'm like, I just can't believe. But again, I get it. Some people are very, very serious about things. And
Yeah,
I've
that's the
always been
problem,
that way
though.
since
I
a
mean,
small kid.
they get dogmatic. They get really
Yeah.
dogmatic. And and you're going to find that a lot of these people that are so dogmatic, they are the ones that will fail.
Yes.
Okay? Because they are so damn strict on themselves. Eventually, they just have to explode, and then it's just gone. It's like they more often than not will end up failing the carnivore diet because they're just so dogmatic.
Yeah. Doc says, when are you coming on Kills' channel? I think he was talking to me. I've not been invited on Dr. Kills' channel. However, that's 6 o'clock in the morning. You said there's an afternoon stream or something, or a weekend stream.
After 3.
Yeah, I can do that. The 6 a.m., man, that would be a tough road to hoe. But
that'll be tomorrow morning, me.
You know, I'm wherever you're at, Doc, you know I'm all about it, brother. So, you know, if you need me, just flash up the meat signal in the sky, and I will be there with tomfoolery and ridiculousness. You can count on that. Jan says, I love you. That's a great Billy Joel song. Don't go changing to try and please me. You never let me down before. Don't imagine you're too familiar. Speaking of love you just the way you are, it's Limitless Lindy. I love her just the way she is. She's our girl. So glad that you were here today. Well, listen, you know, family, you know, we have once again, I believe, met our obligations contractually. Family, this was a power pack show. We had so many people on. We had karaoke. We had the Reverend. I'm out of bullets. I got nothing else. I emptied the clip tonight, family. This is this is the best I can do. But rest assured, we will be back here next week, Tuesday night, with my beautiful beloved sister Laura Russell will be here with us, and whoever else pops in the chat or pops in the stream, because we know you can do that. And Limitless, and he says, I came here to hear Russ. Listen, I appreciate that. And yes, you have to watch the replay, beloved, because yes, I sang, I don't know how many songs I sang. It's been a while. People don't request it. If people don't request, I don't naturally just break out in the song. But in the future, now you guys know. If you have a request, throw it in the chat. If I know the song, I will probably sing as much as I know about it. I know of it. Okay. Lindy wants you to sing. Okay, give me a song, Lindy. Give me a song. I will do. Listen, I will do. I will.
On the sunny side of the street.
Well, that's a musical. Musical. If you want a musical song, I can do some old school. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Little Annie. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I think of a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow. You're always a day away. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Keto Cookout. We will see you next week. As always, keep your carbs low, your proteins and fats high. We'll see you on the next one.
Quack, quack.
See you, everyone. Bye-bye.